Okay, today I'm going to show you how to add an event to your calendar. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. The easiest way I think is to start with the monthly view. So let me add my personal calendar on here because I'm going to add an event to my personal calendar. And I'm going to add an event here on Sunday. And all I did was click on the date that I want to add an event. I can, if it is a task or an event that has a specific time, let's say 3 o'clock birthday party, I can actually type in the time and the name or the title of the event, and it will also display my default calendar, which is usually yours, and you can also change that here. I want this to be on my calendar, which means that only I'm going to be able to see it because I haven't shared my calendar with anyone, and it'll be in the color that I want it to be. Or I can pick one of the other calendars and you just say create event. That is the quickest way to add an event. So as you can tell, it's 3 p.m. birthday party. Okay? If I just clicked on the day and typed in birthday party with no time, no big deal. There's going to be a difference though. It's going to show it as an all-day event, which is right here, versus showing it at a specific time. Okay, so you might want to think about that. If I accidentally forget the time, I can click on the event and I can go back and edit it. And I can uncheck all day. This is your edit screen. And I can select a time from the drop down box. Now let's say it's a random time that's not on there. I just need to type it in 3:15. Okay, and you can change the end time as well. Some other things on the edit screen that you can look at is if it's a repeating event. Okay, and repeating would mean, like, for example, I have teacher work days on there, and that, I have repeating all week long, and I can have it start on or end on a specific date, or I could say after 5 occurrences, etc. So there are ways to actually make each event you put on there a little bit more custom, but it just kind of depends on what your needs are. I can also add descriptions if I need to. I can also change the color. Something else that's really cool is that you can add reminders. I don't have any reminders set for my calendar. That's part of my calendar settings. You can have your calendar give you a reminder for everything, or you can do it on an individual basis. I like to do it on an individual basis, otherwise I'd be getting a lot of reminders. So if you say add reminder, it can give you a pop-up, and you can select the time. It can be in 10 minutes prior or 10 hours. You can, of course, change to 10. It could be days, weeks. The only thing about a pop-up is that you do have to be actually on your computer to see it. You're not going to see a pop-up if you're not using your computer. So sometimes that one may not be the best one. Or you could say an email reminder, and it can send you an email. I like to do that a lot for like doctor's appointments and things like that. So down here are some of the calendar settings. I don't really mess with these very often, but it's just kind of the default settings for the calendar when I set it up. The privacy is going to be the default of what the entire calendar is. So this is my private calendar that nobody else has access to, so it's default. I don't really have to worry about the public or the private. Let me scroll back up. When you're done with your event, you can say save, or let's say you wanted to delete it, or you messed up and you just want to completely start over. Just don't worry about your changes. So I'll just say save, and you see that now I have 2 events, so I can click on it if I want to change it. So there's my edit. Let me go ahead and delete it because I have 2, and let's say, oh, I don't want it at all. I can completely delete it. Or let's say, you know what, I don't want it on my calendar. Let me put it on a different calendar. Let's put it on my GT calendar for some reason. Okay, and you'll see that it changed color to my GT calendar. So I really don't need this, so let's go ahead and delete an event. Okay, if you did want to do repeating events, you can kind of see there's a couple different things on the calendar. You'll see, all day events. I see these are repeating events. So this Apex fundraiser is going on all the way from the 22nd to the 3rd, and so on. So basically, there's a lot of different options when you create your events, and there's a lot of different ways that you can customize them, and just kind of play around to see what works for you and what doesn't work and how you'd like to show events on your calendar.